Bridge closures required with or without the grant. We looked at the rehabilitation option. In terms of receiving the grant, the work would have to be done within 18 to 24 months. Would include a 6-month bridge closure to accommodate that work. If, however, we did not receive a grant, we could limit those closures to partial lane closures, but would actually lengthen the overall project by another year. No grant, if no grant was received, we could extend the project duration, incorporate partial lane closures as necessary in the cyclists because they use the existing rail bridge, and numbers are up to 4,000 to 6,000 pedestrian cyclist trips a day. So rail options that we're also looking at. In terms of rail extension across the harbour, we would like to consider no rail extension in that future rail corridor. We would be consistent with our current bylaws and policies, such as the official community plan. We would, of course, then need to review such an option with the Island Corridor Foundation and Via Rail, since they operate on that. Recommended to Council to receive this presentation for information and have staff report back to Council at the next available Governance and Priorities Committee. Thank you.
Cost of not doing rail is approximately $15 million. Liability concerns.
Through the mayor, the city could be, yes. In terms of best engineering practices, it's always prudent for us when we are doing major work such as this to upgrade the facility to current code requirements, current code standards. That's always a good practice from our.
Be able to distribute the presentation. I think it will continue the dialogue and continue the public education.
Becoming aware of the value of the bridge and interested in looking at what are the possibilities for conserving it. In the wider community who are aware of the value of these bridges, we're told the pairing of the bridges is in the absence of the grants. The closures that we were concerned about could be reduced. We have to have further examination of the issue of the preserving the heritage character of the bridge, a rail bridge, to the new structure. Then we have to compare that option with what we would have now if we eliminated that rail bridge. I'm going to say we can save a bunch of money by not building the new rail bridge. Let's compare that with the outcome we get if we eliminated rail from the existing rail bridge. Developing the refurbishment option and seeking financial assistance with that more modest proposal.
Costs and contingencies for the rehabilitation option, given the prospect of extending a rehab option to 36 months. Contingency would be right into a rehab project to give us some level of
$25 to $30 million rehabilitation estimate for the Johnson Street Bridge. That did include a 40% contingency, and I would be suggesting that we carry that through to with any other cost estimates for rehabilitation.
Provides us with the opportunity over the next couple of weeks to answer some of the queries that Councillor Young has raised, and perhaps deal with the issues raised on the Johnson Street Bridge letter, so that all of the information gathering that we need to do before making a final.
Young talks about the heritage of the family, because it is something that hasn't brought up and is a concern to many of us. When we talked about repairing, having been on the heritage, Council on heritage, when we talk about buildings, we talk about heritage. Not only do we look at who was the builder, so in this case we have Justice Strauss, but we also talk about statement of significance. So what exactly is it that makes a significant heritage? Can you remind me what would need to be done, and whether that would greatly affect what is would be listed as a statement of significance?
Point I brought attention to a document that we received just yesterday from the johnsonstreetbridge.org organization. And staff have not had the benefit of seeing that document. It was only referred to mayor and council, and it was only received, I believe, the latter part of yesterday afternoon. I had an opportunity to review it last evening, and it's a very thoughtful, very interesting document, and I think we need to give our staff the opportunity to review it, by Councillor Young or by Councillor Joe, in fact addressed in that report, and I think it would be a very comprehensive way of responding if we could have a substantive response to that as well.
Part of what I'm seeing is one, a motion to receive the information that we have, but also then go seek out some further information. Certainly, as Councillor Young has indicated, that there is a need to talk to other people, other municipalities within the region. Important piece, it's an important piece of regional infrastructure, and I certainly think that an opportunity to take this discussion should be taken to the, I believe it's the Transportation Planning Committee, and from there on to the CRD, the full CRD, recognizing it's a regional piece that all the region should have a say in, and if there's an opportunity to have a say, perhaps even an opportunity to pay. It's a big issue for me, obviously, but I think we need to have an opportunity for the other people in the region to have a comment and say. So that includes, so a referral to the CRD would be appropriate, a referral to the Island Border Foundation would be appropriate, through them, of course, their operators, obviously we have an interest in referral to the DVBA. That will allow us to inform our decision, obviously, changing the price of refurbishment and or replacement option is significant for the taxpayers of that to take a look at the documentation that we provided through the Johnson Street Bridge. I think that just some of the, or will address some of the questions that are arising as to the nothing or what minimal opportunity to delay for, does it give us a year or two again with those issues that staff are going to have to go. Clearly, Council needs more information. We're in a position where we're moving forward, but that is about having the information to make the right decision. We will not, I don't want to tie it to the next GPC, which is in 2 weeks. We need to have the information, and that depends a lot on the timelines.
One of the issues that came up in the rehab option was the need to do major maintenance work every 10 years over the life expectancy of the rehabilitated bridge, and perhaps it'd be useful to have an estimate of those costs.
What works? The motion is to remove, so it's to receive the information we have and to seek those referrals. And staff to respond to the issues put forward. Thank you very much. All those in favor of that? Opposed? Carried.